What is up, everybody? My name is JPC3 and welcome back to another episode of Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Now, when we left off, we found out, we listened to a phone call between Clive and a Mr. Howard where he was telling him about the quarantine, but he didn't tell him what was going on. And that was when we heard the noise that we first heard at the doctor's office when the doctor started to bleed. And the sound came through the phone. So I think that this is going to end up circling back to the observatory. I think that's
repeating over and over to myself in the dark, eating cold food from a can with my fingers. My name is Catherine Collins. I am Catherine Collins. As if I can force the world to acknowledge my existence. Time has ceased to exist in any real terms. I'm reduced to marking out the days on the walls. Like a cave woman.
Okay, so I wonder what she meant by that. What exactly is going on with her? Is she going crazy because she is, as Steven said, a primary conduit? Is she possessed? So, a lot of questions here. Alright, so this, I don't know where we are. Honestly, I don't. We're back at the radio station, but we need to make, or not the radio station, the railroad, sorry. The railroad station. We need to make our way back to the observatory. I think that's where it began, and that's where it will end, and so, Steven, we're done with you. We need to pick up another spirit, and we need to follow the orb. Influenza. Okay, this one's really powerful.
Darling Stephen.
I wonder why some of them are stronger than others.
I don't know if you'll ever listen to this. Maybe you've decided to stay with Kate, and I can't blame you for that.
This is the voicemail we heard
I
earlier.
can't wait for you either. I've got to think about the baby.
What?
And, well, I should have left a long time ago. I've run out of excuses for not leaving now. But I do love you, Stephen. And I hope you find peace one way or another.
Wow.
Oh, there's planes coming.
It's not a peaceful thing. Trying to see if we could see. Yep. You can hear the bombs being dropped. Okay, but now the problem that I'm having is it's pitch black outside, and I don't know where to go. I honestly don't know where to go. We've walked through the whole entire town. And you can definitely tell that the story is coming to an end because of the music. Because everything's, the stories are kind of falling in place. You know, you find out that she's pregnant with a child. That's why she's leaving. Steven bombed the city, or the town. So you definitely find out a few things. There's like an ambient sound that I hear. I feel like these orbs want me to know more. Which, this one's still here, so... Actually, I didn't take that path right there to the left. And I think that everything is based on time. So, if you haven't completed everything you needed to complete, the time stays where it is. But if you advance to the next area, the time changes. Because when we started, it was morning. So I'm assuming by the end, it'll be night. And then like this is a mingling point from multiple. We're gonna walk this. I don't think we came down this way before. Maybe it'll show us something new. Actually, we did not come down this way before. So maybe we can find out some information here. Oh, here we go. Asking you shall receive. Is it gonna activate?
This was a mistake.
What do you want me to say? You knew what you were getting into.
Really?
Well, I'm sorry we don't measure up to your exacting standards, Dr. Collins. Maybe you just need to give us ordinary humans a break.
What? Ordinary humans like Lizzie Graves?
Oh, this is the
Did
confrontation.
you really think that I wouldn't find out? Frank told me, or did you forget there's one person in this shithole who actually talks to me?
Kate, it was just a drink.
Don't bother, Stephen!
Oh, for Christ's sake. Kate, slow down.
You were engaged to her, Stephen. You nearly married her.
Oh, come on, it was just a drink.
Then why the hell did you lie to me about it?
Because I knew you'd be mad and then it would end up in a row. You wanted to focus on the event tonight.
Oh, so you were actually doing me a favor. Wow, I guess I just forgot to say thank you. Do not treat me like I'm an idiot.
You're overreacting. I know you're stressed.
Just don't.
Don't patronize her, dude. Come on.
You keep away from me tonight. I'm not gonna let you ruin this for me.
Kate. Kate, come on, this is crazy.
Wow. Wow. So this goes back to what I was saying earlier. If he didn't have anything to hide, he would have told her. Okay, so this is the road earlier that I was questioning going down. If he didn't have anything to hide, he would have told her. And she is pissed because he hid it from her. I don't blame her at all. I completely understand where she's coming from. When I was younger, I was more like him. I was more in his shoes. I did things like that. But like as I've gotten older, I lean more, I guess, towards Kate's point of view. I see things in a different light. I'm not as, much of an asshole as I used to be, I guess you could say. So we're definitely coming to a close. I can sense that. See if we can get some more information.
It's all over the valley. Don't you get that? This isn't some abstract thing. Whatever came down into the tower has got out. They've quarantined the whole valley.
It's right here in the observatory.
It's out in the world. It's adapting and spreading.
See, we heard
Do you
this earlier.
understand?
No, we can't turn it away. It's come too far.
No, we didn't
People
actually.
are disappearing. Shut it down now.
No. If you won't help me, I'll do it on my own. I'm gonna route all the power back through Tower 6.
Kate!
Wait. It's trying to break through again.
Wait!
Okay, so I've been giving Kate props, but Kate might be the issue actually. When people started going missing and things started going awry, she should have stopped. But she didn't. Is there something over here you want to show me? No, there's nothing over here, buddy. Wow. So the only place that I can think of we go next is through this gate. Because we've literally covered everything else in the game. But, wait a second. What if we have to actually go back to the power station? Because she said that she was going to get the towers and everything up and running. That's what she's been doing. She's been going through the different servers and seeing that right there is new. So yeah, I think I'm headed in the right direction. Plus he's trying to get me to come back. So interesting, he's been running around like a madman this whole time, and she's been in the observatory or near this entity pretty much the whole time. Which leads me to think that she is probably going to end up becoming one with the entity, or maybe leaving, because I think that the entity is a celestial type entity. I think that it has something to do with aliens or something from another planet that we don't understand. And I think that Kate is going to either end up getting abducted, or it's going to turn out that we are Kate. But I don't think that we could be Kate, because Kate kind of told us instructions at the beginning of the game on like, hey, go here. But that electricity is definitely leading right there, because at the beginning of the game it said that we need to, oh yeah, I didn't even see this before, that we need to follow the lights and pay attention to the markers. So maybe this will complete Steven's story, maybe? Yeah, okay, so that's Steven there. Oh, and I'm moving very slow. So yeah, this has to be either the end of the game or at least the end of his story. Alright, here we go. Oh, I speed up a little. Ooh. Ooh.
When I was a kid, my dad found a fox. It had been hit by a car and couldn't walk anymore.
I had a pet fox.
My mum went spare, of course. Made him keep it in the shed. He was already slipping away from us then. He spent hours with that fox, telling it all about Italy and the villages they bombed there. I was jealous, I think. The fox got more of my dad than I did. But it was dying, that was clear. So one day, I snuck out, took it a sandwich for food. I was only 8. When it bit me, I remember the anger, the shock, the hurt.
Some things can give you rabies.
Running in, screaming from the garden. My mum panicking about rabies.
That's what I just said. That's funny.
My dad beat it to death with a spade.
Oh, come on.
Later I found him crying. I'd done it, Ken's son. That's what he said. I'd done it, Ken, it was hurting you. That's just a poor, dumb, dying animal.
Oh.
It doesn't know it's hurting us. Christ help us, it's left the valley. It's everywhere now. It's been 3 hours since the planes went over. I haven't been able to reach anyone on the shortwave. I'm beginning to think I may have made a terrible miscalculation.
So they were doing astronomical numerical patterns. But how did that summon this entity? That's the question. How did that summon the entity? But anyway, what he was saying about a fox. We were driving down the road one day and found a fox. And it was acting weird. We actually took it home. And then, here, I'll tell you the story before I walk in here real quick. So we found a fox and it was sitting there. And picked it up and took it home. And it was acting weird. So we fed it and gave it water. And then the next day it started backing itself into the corner of the kennel we bought for it. And it started like foaming at the mouth. Well, not exactly foam. So we panicked, called the CDC and animal control. They pretty much told us that they were going to take it and test it for rabies, and then if they needed to quarantine the house and treat us for rabies. They called us a few days later and they were like, the fox didn't have rabies, and we're like, oh really, that's great news. And being a kid, I was like, you know, can I have my fox back? I really want my pet fox. And they were like, we test for rabies by cutting the head off and checking the brain. And I was like, oh, well, guess I can't have my fox back. Anyway, let's get back to the end of the story. I just wanted to share that with you guys. This is Steven's story arc, so I'm assuming that this is the end of the game. And there is like water everywhere. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What are you? You understand me, don't you? Well, there's no one left. just me.
Oh, is Kate still alive?
You know what this is? What I'm gonna do? You want light?
Is he about to set himself on fire?
I'll give you light. After me, there's no one. You'll be all alone again. Forever. Like before. You've taken everyone I've ever loved from me. You made me do things I never even thought I was capable of. But if you think I'm coming with you... Kate? Wait. Stop. Kate.
He touched the light. Kate was the light. And that's fire. We know that from the church. So he set this room on fire. Kind of looks like the stars. Maybe we have to walk into it? Nope, that's not what we're supposed to do. Is this the end of the game? There's still so many questions that have to be answered.
This is Catherine Collins. I don't know if anyone will ever hear this. It's all over.
Wow.
I'm the only one left.
Kate. Wait, what? Oh, we're Kate. Oh, wow. Oh, where are we? Okay, so we're in. So this is where that right there is where we started at the beginning of the game. And this is the shack. So we're on the other side in the observatory. So I guess I'm gonna check out these towers. And Tower 2. Okay, see, so these are the towers that she said she was rerouting the power to. Tower 6 is the one she said she was going to reroute all of the power to. That's kind of like the symbol that was showing up on the maps.
I watched a butterfly dancing in a strip of sunlight. All of its life contained in a single day. The blink of an eye between the ebb of the darkening tide.
Huh.
Lying there with the pattern curled around me, I saw the inevitability. The necessity of presence born from absence. The constant unfolding.
Interesting. So this is Tower 2. And we cannot go inside the tower. Okay, but I'm assuming each tower is going to give us... These are all printers? Oh, that's what she was talking about earlier when she mentioned the printers, printing paper. Okay. So Tower 6 is going to be the most important tower, I think, because that's where she said she was routing the power to. Right? But I'm thinking that each one of these towers is going to give us a little bit more of a story, so that hopefully we can put all this together and figure out exactly what happened here. So it's important not to skip any towers. So that right there looks like a black hole, in my opinion. Kind of seems like she went a little crazy.
On the plane, Stephen leaned across me and pointed out the window. Down there, he said. That's home. But all I saw were patches of color. I don't think until this moment that I understood that one could contain the other so completely.
I mean, yeah, if you think about it, that's all home really is a place. Wow, okay, so what they were messing with was astronomical numerical calculations or something along those lines. I guess, like, and they opened something that they don't understand, kind of like a black hole, and that backfired. Tower 3.
I know it didn't mean to hurt any of them. I try and explain why Lizzie tried to leave with her child and why it was wrong to stop her. I try and explain that much of what it did was wrong. It shows me Stephen and Lizzie together. And I'm happy for them. Frank walks his fields with Mary. Wendy and Edward nest together in the orchards of their love. Jeremy lies at peace with his God at last. All of them are happy because they are together. I understand it better now. It is a collector of time. No butterflies.
What? I'm glad that you understand that. I don't. So it's taking these it kind of seems like it's trying to justify to her, because she's really the only one that can communicate with it, that what it's doing is not wrong. Because she said, you know, it showed me that they're happy together, and it showed me this and it showed me that. But it's still killing people, right? I mean, at least that's the vibe that I'm getting from it, is it's making people disappear. And that's the Aurora they were talking about earlier. Alright, Tower 4. Let's see if maybe we can get some more answers. Because right now she's speaking kind of in riddles. You know, she's talking about butterflies, but aside from a few that we've seen flying around, everything's been based in light. And I know that it's an analogy, but...
I watched the pattern lean in and time slow to almost nothing. I saw the flame leap from Stephen's hand and the moment hang in the air forever. I watched his face, and in the last second, I almost believe he saw me. He wasn't frightened or angry. I remember his expression, just like I remember it from the first time, early that morning when he woke and, still half sleeping, said, "God, I love you." And I loved him as he entered the fire. And I let him go.
That's what I thought she was talking about.
No, I wasn't ready to join him. We have held time to ourselves here in this place. Held the light to the ground because we were afraid of the coming dark. But now we understand that to cling to the light is not living. I've spent my life watching the illumination from a million dead stars reaching for me without grasping this meaning. The light we cast transcends our death. The pattern made by our living creates a bridge across the dark.
Okay, so our living beings create energy that bridges this life to a different life? I don't know. It's interesting though, because I just realized that she is doing this after she's gone. So I'm assuming she became one with the light, and she is recording these after she has disappeared. The light works with electricity. We saw that earlier with the telephones. So she broadcast these recordings that we're hearing after she disappeared. And she was there when he killed himself. I thought he got absorbed by the light, but he killed himself. He saw the light and dropped the lighter by accident. At least, that's how it seems.
Across the observatory, over the valley, and consumes the world. Everything is light now. Everything has come to rest. The world is scored by the traces we carved into it. Our presence is everywhere. The bridge joining our stories. This world existed before we came to it, and it will continue without us.
Yeah, that's very true.
Empty fields and houses, our traces radiate, and others will come to dance in the light we cast. We can slip away gently, unafraid, knowing that everything will continue.
Interesting. Very interesting. She wasn't wrong. She was not wrong. Wow, this is beautiful. And it's all been building to this point. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get a direct answer like, oh, it's the boogeyman. But we're getting pieces, and I think it's kind of up to your interpretation on how you take it. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. This game can be whatever you perceive it to be. So this is Tower 6. This is where she was diverting all the power. She's very right though, and I agree with her. This world was here before us, and it'll be here after us. We messed this world up pretty bad, which is really sad. I was just telling my fiance earlier today that I wish that we as a civilization cared more about the oceans than we do. Let's see if we can get some answers, people. Okay, just a big, open, dark room. Whoa, this is going to be a very, very bright one. Probably the brightest one we've seen so far. Wow.
The end is coming now. I'm not afraid. We have each other. We lived apart from them. We understand now our failure to touch, to belong. But it doesn't matter anymore. Everybody is gone. And
Gone to the Rapture.
We are
Everybody
born
is gone.
apart. Driftwood on the banks of an endless dark ocean, and we will be carried away by the swell soon enough.
What?
But in between, in the single day of living, that dancing in a strip of sunlight, we can find what we miss. The love that makes us whole. The imminence. Everybody found their other. This pattern is mine.
This pattern is mine. What did she mean by that? Wow. Oh. There you have it, guys. That was the full game. I still don't understand exactly what happened. I mean, throughout the whole game, we came across Kate's logs that she was recording from the observatory about the pattern and saying that she was communicating with it. We went through all the towers. We listened to all our audio logs. And we know that she learned to communicate with it, and at the end it looks like she learned how to be one with it. Like that she left this plane of existence and became one with the light. We know that Stephen was running around the whole time while she was staying cut off from the rest of the valley and stayed one with the light, which also, she speculated, kept her alive longer after the nerve agent was dropped. So maybe it kept her from dying or keeps her from dying? I don't understand, because I'm trying to make sense of this in my head. She said we have each other. So what does that mean? She's saying, well, she did say that the light showed her that everyone was happy. That was one of the things she said when we were walking through the towers. So maybe... And then, what was the last thing? This pattern is mine. Maybe she means that that pattern is her other. You know, she said that everyone else had someone, and the light showed her that everyone had someone and that they were happy. And Stephen obviously was not meant to be with her, and vice versa. So maybe what she meant by that was that that pattern was hers. That was her significant other, the light that she found, the light that she spent so much time with. But if she spent that much time with it and she became part of it, and it's a celestial being from another planet, it's an alien, because that's kind of the vibe that I was getting off of this game. If that is an alien, then maybe she's part alien and doesn't know it, and that was her reuniting with her counterpart. And that's why she said, this pattern is mine. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This has been a wonderful game and a great experience. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Love, peace, and chicken grease.